Ready whenever.
Welcome in investors to the OYG podcast. I am Kevin Orsinger. Joining me today is Max Messett. And an interesting topic today Max came up with, and it's entitled Don't Fall for Financial Scams.
Yeah.
So, Max, why don't you start us off?
Yeah. So I think this is a very prevalent topic that we have run into with clients, that just conversation around the financial industry. And I'm not even saying, when I'm talking financial scams, this doesn't just mean investment accounts or, certain things with, um, on our side of the table. This just means with your money in general. This kind of covers everything, from somebody giving you a call saying, "Hey, I'm your grandson or granddaughter, and I need you to send me $10,000 via wire or whatever." So this is any money that you might use on something you think is legit that ends up not being legit. And I hate to say it, but we have seen it a couple times. More recent, scammers are getting very good. I know I've had conversation. One person that comes to mind is Steve Grabowski from Soho Integrations. He is big on the financial or on the cybersecurity stuff, and very interesting talking with him in the last couple months, just on their outlook and how quickly this has ramped up. And this goes for individuals, business owners. There's probably not anybody now that can get away from the opportunity at a scam. They have become very good with what they do. So I do just want to start this off. It's kind of something I want to start early. Is number one I want to hit on is be skeptical. I know people want to make fun of others or be like, "Man, you're weary," or "You're paranoid," or whatever. You have to be in today's world. And I hate to sound like that, but everybody seems to have a story of when there was a chance they were going to get taken advantage of financially. Um, you can never be too skeptical. Never make sure it's legit enough, or get in contact with somebody that's going to make sure it's legit. Kevin, I'm sure you should have some stories or some
Yeah,
experience as you've done this a little longer to see this firsthand.
yeah, there's been an adage since probably I was a kid that if something seems too good to be true, it
That's it.
probably is.
That's it.
Um, and there is no such thing as easy money, quick money.
Right.
And as Max said, financial scams isn't just someone trying to get you to send money. It's
Mm-hmm.
are you protecting all of your private
Right.
personal information
Right.
that could impact you? We've had a couple situations. One that was able to get stopped, and one that was we found out about it after the fact. Are like love situations with elderly people. They're lonely potentially,
Yep.
and someone online reaches out and pretends to be somebody they're not. And again, very easy in that situation to be like, well, you should have known that wasn't
Yeah.
true. But when
Right.
emotions
Right.
are in play, so yeah, I think rule number one of this is don't trust anything. Verify information first. Talk
Yep.
to others. Talk to your financial
Yep.
advisors. Talk to your folks at the bank, and just make sure that anything that is going on is legitimate.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it is easy. I've often said people like this, the scammers, if they would put their talents to something positive, could
Yeah.
probably solve world problems.
Yep.
But ultimately, they've chosen to go the other direction, and they present very, very believable stories. But if it comes from a source you're not aware of, if it comes from someone that just something doesn't seem right, probably need to make sure that everything is on the up and up. So reach out to some other people. We get calls from clients all the time. Hey, I got this. What do you know about this? Is this something I should be concerned with, or something I need
Yeah.
to ignore or do? And it's good to get another set of eyes and another opinion on it.
And this even goes back to the social media side of things. I kind of want to hit this as a whole, because in the end of the day, I would say majority of scams are wrapped around some sort of money.
Sure.
No one's scamming you for a haha laugh of, "Oh, we got them to believe it," and then we told them, just kidding. We're trying to get money from you. So the end goal is that you're going to end up sending money somehow, some way, in some form. And it might not always be wiring from your bank account, but sending. I know we've had one sending gift cards or sending, money cards through different machines and wiring overseas, and it can be um, a a very diverse thing that they do, but a big one I think right now is social media. I know Facebook. I've had stories with friends and family where their accounts get taken over and they're sending out messages that aren't them. And I get it. It's easy to believe it. It's easy to want to help when the story is, so and so had this accident or whatever, and we're looking for any monetary gift, or you want to help, and I get that. But there's nothing wrong with taking a second, maybe reaching out to the person if you know them that well, and give them a call, shoot them a text, you swing to their house before you give money, or show up with your checkbook to their house if you want to give money, and say, I know you messaged me, and they'll be like, we never messaged you, So there is like Kevin said, one, don't share your personal information. Don't just, I know social security numbers anymore, kind of not willy nilly, but some people don't, and that's okay. I'm just on a basis where somebody just reach out to you and says, hey, fill this out, and be proactive and be a little cautious on things like that. And then, like Kevin said, verify, reach out. If it's, I know, like you said, some of the older clientele or older people that we talk to, it can be family members that, somebody's trying to fake being a daughter, a son, a grandson, a granddaughter, a cousin, and they make a great story. And with the use of AI anymore, they really can make it sound and feel like you're doing the wrong thing if you don't send money. But I want to caution you, like Kevin said, if it's confusing or you feel like so-and-so would never do this, they probably wouldn't. And if it's too good to be true, it probably is. And I put probably because I don't ever, I get there are situations where things do come up but 99% of the time when you're like, man, that sounds like a great offer. No, yeah, it does sound too good to be an offer, right, Kevin? So.
Yeah, we call it personally identifiable information within our industry, but, protect and guard your date of birth, social security number, account numbers, passwords.
Yep.
I know a lot of logins, for websites are going away from passwords
Yep.
into multi-factor authentication, where you're getting a number or a code sent to your email or your phone. Passkeys are being used more and more to truly be able to verify, hey, the person is trying to access this account and this information is indeed the one that has access to it. So guard that stuff with utmost urgency, that no one else sees it. Your social security number is specific to you. Yep. And anyone else that can get their mitts on it can do some harm to your financial picture. A lot of these financial scams revolve around identity theft and credit card theft of numbers, not necessarily your card, but just of the numbers that they're able to then go spend your money. And not that you can't maybe get backed out of that, but it is a pain in the behind to do that stuff. You end up being whole in most cases, but it does not happen overnight.
Yeah.
So do everything you can upfront to make sure that, hey, yeah, this is my personal information. This is really only pertains to me. I'm the only one that should know this. Don't send that stuff via email unless it's on some sort of encrypted system.
Yeah.
Don't just, oh yeah, I'm gonna email my accountant or my insurance guy or someone at the bank my social security number, because that can get intercepted. So make sure you're doing that. If it's via email, it's got to be through some encrypted system, or just pick up the phone and call.
Yeah. Just
call and say, hey, Mr. Insurance guy, hey, Mr. Mrs. Banker, here's my personal information for my file and my accounts.
Yeah. I got a quick story. I'll hit a quick story for myself that just happened recently. Is maybe some of the people that are listening know I posted on Facebook about a missing trailer I had stolen. And I'll make it short. Needless to say, I put that on Facebook, and not a couple of days later, I get a text message from somebody that says, I have information about your trailer. I want to stay anonymous. All I ask is for $150 up front. And then once you get the trailer returned, you could give me the other 150 on the back end. I don't want my name to be brought up, X, Y, and Z. And the emotions in me, I started down the path of, okay, who are you? Well, they wouldn't tell me who they were. And it was, my offer only stands until midnight tonight. So you let me know if you want your trailer back or not. And he had went through that, he or she, I guess I don't even, that their brother had bought the trailer or was going to buy it. He knew where it was at. And kind of the third thing we're going to hit on here is watching for those red flags. And a couple of those that came up was the quick action, right? So by midnight, I needed to make a decision. I needed to send half of the money right away to them. to be able to, for this process to even start. And then once the other half was done, once I got the trailer, well, we all could deduce I was never going to get the trailer. So they got away with a quick $150, made it seem very real, knew where the address was that it was stolen. Knew my name, knew, a couple different things, not hard information to get, but enough to paint the picture that, and I'm not saying it was a big financial thing, but enough that he had me thinking, or he or she, do I give these people $150 to see what this turns up to be? Eventually I was like, Max, get out of we're not even in the realm of doing this, because we know. I got to the stage of, if you can send me a picture of the trailer right now sitting there and I can verify it's mine, we'll continue to talk. Until then, nothing's happened. And there was never an answer after that. So that solved the problem. But I think, like there is red flags in this. Requesting for payments by gift card, for wire transfers, unregistered accounts, just things that, if there's ever a time that you're like, that just doesn't seem normal, it's probably not normal, right? Now, I try and say it not with no disrespect to people that might have felt, it's just you got to trust your gut on this, that when red flags do come up, don't just throw them to the side and say, well, this must be a different, look into them. Like Kevin said, research a little bit, verify, take all those verification steps, encrypted emails, everything you can do to make sure, because getting back out of the hole once you've done it is the pain. And sometimes it can't happen. So we've had situations that we have seen where, 60, 70, 80 grand goes out. That's it. You don't get it back. There's no way to put it back in your account once it goes. So just be 100% sure before you make any decisions that it's what you want to do.
Yeah, Max is right. They are very good at making it emotional, where you're making an emotional decision. And you've got to do this quickly. I had the situation with a friend where grandparents got a phone call, and your granddaughter's been in a car accident. And she's liable for it. She caused it. She is going to be held overnight in prison unless you can post bond for her, bail for her, whatever. And someone will come by the house and pick it up in an hour. And start talking about, okay, well, where exactly is she? And well, they said the accident was in Boston. Well, she's not anywhere near Boston.
Right.
And as you start to ask questions and start to kind of pick away at it, you realize that this probably wasn't right. And I finally said, has anyone talked to the daughter?
Yeah, right.
Picked up the phone, called the daughter, and she was exactly where she was supposed to be. And she's like, no, I've never been to Boston.
Exactly.
But in the moment, all you're thinking is, oh my gosh, we've got to help her.
Right.
We've got to make sure she's okay. And if someone's coming by and, in 60 minutes for $2,000 in cash for bail, I better make sure it's available.
That's crazy. Yeah. And then there's all types of stories. Those are just, and I think it goes back to scammers, especially with technology now, they can get good. It makes you feel real. And I don't want to downplay this as anybody to feel guilty if they've been scammed, or if you're listening to this and it's happened. Believe me, I get it. Like there's, and I'm sure Kevin, you can vouch for that as well. I don't fault anybody for, they seriously get your emotions going, and it makes you want to help. It makes you click the button to send the money. I think now it's become more real. And this is why we wanted to do a podcast on this, just to, not that, we can't stand there with you and do it, but we also can, if you have questions, anything financially, this is what the spot that we can be in for you, of give us a call. Let us look at accounts. Let us run the situation by us. Get a second set of eyes. Sometimes it just takes an outside opinion to really, hey, take the emotion out of it. And what are they asking for here? And why would they be asking for it? And if it's legit, that's fine. We just got a second pair of eyes on it, and we help you do it. And all is good and dandy. It's the protection of, we just never want to see anybody go through that.
As we talked, I guess it comes, there's two categories, right? One is that your personally identifiable information has been carelessly handled, either by you or by someone you're working with. And now behind the scenes, somebody is doing something with your financial picture and your identity. And the other one, as Max said, is that emotional.
Yeah.
Hey, if you don't do this, or we need you to do this. I've gotten emails, we have your username and password for such and such an account. And if you don't send us so much money, we are going to lock you out of it. Okay, fine. Lock me out of it.
Yeah.
But they continue to do that because over time, enough people have said, holy smokes,
Yeah.
I better send you $1,000 so you don't do anything. And again, if they hit 1 out of 1,000 people, that's enough for them.
Yeah.
That's enough for them. So yeah, it's some are you're directly impacted emotionally, I think, with it, and some is almost behind the scenes because again, either you were careless with your financial information, someone you trusted with your financial information, social security's account numbers, passwords was careless with it as well. But yeah, but ultimately, take a step back, take a deep breath, and say, "Holy smokes, what exactly is going on? This seems weird. This seems unusual." I like the end result of it, right, Max?
Yeah.
You wanted your trailer back.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But ultimately, yeah, this just
Yeah.
doesn't seem like it sits right.
Yep.
Uh, and I only have till midnight. Like you're such a good guy trying to help me,
Yeah.
but you're going to put me on a clock to do it.
Yeah.
Just doesn't make sense. If there's a
And,
reward, then the reward is, yeah, let me get it for you, or I'll meet you somewhere and let's go get it together.
Yeah.
When we're done, you hand me the money,
right.
not holding you hostage
Right.
over it.
And with that, the last thing we ever want to see, and the reason that this is so dear to us, I guess, is we know how hard it is to save money and invest money, and not hard, but the dedication it takes sometimes, and the the mindset you go into for it, and the hard work people put into to have the wealth and the money they have. The last thing we want to see is that money end up somewhere that it's one thing if you're helping a friend out, helping a family member, and that's what you feel you should do, and you feel good. Last thing we want to see is X amount of money get sent out to somebody across the, you don't know these people. You don't know where they're from. They just got your money and to them, they laughed at the screen and moved on to the next person. So we're all about that protection of, we just want to see your hard work continue to be hard work and to benefit from it in the long run and not have somebody who came up with a good idea to make you feel emotional get a piece of it.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Max, let's go ahead and run through our.
Yep. So looking at it here, like we talked about, be skeptical. I don't care if anybody's making fun of you, says you're paranoid. You look over your left shoulder too many times, doesn't matter. In this day and age, I feel like you can't be too skeptical. Don't share your personal information. Like Kevin said, any unverified things, don't be sending around social security number, bank account numbers, investment account numbers. Always make sure who you're sending it to. It's a secure email. The same thing from your side, send it securely. Verify before you trust. Take your time, do some research. If it's a company, look at them, make sure they're legit. If it's a person you can't find them at all, it might not be a person. Looking at social medias, people's accounts do get hacked. So reach out to them. Make sure, give them a phone call, stop by their house, whatever it is, just verify. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying just make sure that your money's going where you want it to be going because you feel like it should. Those red flags we talked about. If somebody's giving you till midnight, somebody says in an hour I'll be over, 20 minutes, red flags are coming up. Somebody with good intention most likely won't be putting time limits on things. Be careful for requests from gift cards, money cards, wire transfer, stuff like that. That's easy money movement. Again, these red flags pop up a lot, so just be proactive with it, and then protect your financial future. Use those instincts, trust your gut, talk to somebody, get a second pair of eyes on it. You don't want to take a devastating loss because of a little slip up and being embarrassed for it because you're not sure and you don't want to know, so you just do it. Always get a second pair of eyes on it. That's the reason, we're here. And we'd love to help you out if that is ever something that comes across on your feed or whatever. So we always appreciate you guys watching. We'll keep pumping these out. Again, this was a little different topic, and we like doing things like this. So keep feeding topics to us if anything piques your interest. But if anything else, we just appreciate you guys taking the time. Check out the other ones. There's our contact information if you have any questions, concerns. But we'll keep doing these, and we enjoy bringing them to you. So hope you guys are finding this helpful. Nothing else, Kevin. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Yep, very good. Thanks.